welcome back to the Crazy But Not So Crazy podcast. My cleavage is showing. Let's not do that. Hello, welcome back to the podcast with your host, moi. I tried to do something cute with my hair. Again, quote unquote, tried. So I hope you guys like it. I think the bun needed to be up more definitely, but these look cute at least. So that's okay. Yeah. Welcome back to the podcast. I apologize for episode 20 of the podcast because I lost the audio footage. I lost the audio to that podcast, that whole entire audio, and it was like I think they're like an hour and a half long podcast. I don't remember. But I lost the freaking audio footage and it was horrible. Oh my god, I was so upset. I cried, guys. I cried because I talked about so many crucial topics in that podcast and I was so proud. And it just all fucking got gone and I didn't know what to do. So I had to voice over the podcast. Mind you, it was late at night. I was so tired because I edited all day and did some other stuff all day. And so it was crucial and I am so sorry if it's like not funny. I tried. I really tried. It's just, oh my god, it's bad. It's so bad. Oh my god. So please give that video some love and some support because we're gonna need it. You know, we had I thought it was a mic issue because these are new mics. So I thought it was an issue with the mics that they weren't on, but they were. So by this green light, it tells you that it's on. So it was on. So I was so confused. Maybe I hit something. Maybe to this day, I still don't know what happened to the audio, but it all of a sudden just died or something, or I must have deleted the card somehow. I have no idea. But YouTubers I think they make mistakes all the time. And me trying to be a YouTuber, again, quote unquote, trying to be a YouTuber, this is my first ever mistake. And it's a rough mistake. So please go easy on me. Please, I beg of you. Oh my god. Yeah, so in the future, I will make sure that my audio is going and it's not gone because that was horrible. But I think it will make a funny story, in the future. Oh my god, it was just bad. But so I wanted to talk about a crucial topic. I know I'm starting the podcast with a crucial topic. I do that all the time. I just love research, researching about your body, researching about your health, researching about science or the moon or science. My favorite thing to look up is Greek mythology. I think it's as fucked up and messed up as it was. It's like an art of history, and it should be spoken upon more, but I'm not going to talk about, that's gonna be like another podcast video. I'm not gonna like talk about that. What I am gonna talk about is children doing social media. Okay, now I was watching this article like last night about this 3-year-old kid. This 3-year-old kid. So her mother exposed her at a very young age on TikTok. So this mother at a very young age exposed this child for clout. That's what it was. And for clout. And like this child, it stopped, but it's still going. As far as I know, it's still going. The TikTok page is still up, but it is there's no videos on it now. It is gone. But with how many videos and how much footage of this child that they took, she is still popular, getting like not threats, but just getting backlash on why they stopped making content and exposing their kid. And I just want to preference that everything I say with a grain of, everything in my podcast I say with a grain of salt. And I have researched, but not a lot of research. There are other videos on this like topic, but I just wanted to have my 2 cents into it. Again, nobody has to follow it or take like any guide from it, okay? Like nobody has to. This is just how I think of it, and I just want to preface that before I keep going, because I know there's someone gonna be in the comments typing away, being all like, oh, how dare you talk about this topic, like you shouldn't. Like, I should. You know, it's uncommon to talk about children in social media that young, going into social media, and their parents just wanting clout for their child, which I think is so wrong. I would never personally, when I do have children, I personally will never put them on the internet if they don't want to, because there are pedos, there are bad people on the internet. There are just so many creeps out there, and it is so important that we all like keep our children safe. Like keep children safe from social media as long as they can. Now, personally, I wish that I knew the bad side of social media first before I got into all of it, because it is very scary to know that there are potential like older men watching your channel, and it's just gross to think about what they're doing like with that content and stuff that you make. And like it's so crucial to me, because I looked at my percentage of like who's watching, and majority is men, and that kind of creeps me out a little bit, because you don't know what these men are doing with your footage, or they might like be watching your videos and being really gross and just unrespectful, because there are just so many, like, there aren't a lot of bad people in the world, but at the same time, there are, and I feel like that exposing children at this young age is... Sorry, something happened. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Sorry, something happened and it... Oh my god. Anyway, I was talking about something so confidential and crucial, and then something happened, and the audio freaking peaked or something. I don't know what happened, okay? We're having problems left and right. Okay, but back to the topic that we were talking about. So, because I was 12 when I started YouTube, and there wasn't any bad, like, comments. Well, of course there was hate comments, but that's fine. There were no, like, bad comments back then when I started, which I'm personally very thankful for, that there were any gross comments about it, but, I used to get a lot of gross comments on my Instagram, and that used to really scare me and think that, oh, like, I can't do social media because, like, all these people make it unsafe and stuff. So I just thought for a very long time that I could not do social media, which I still a little bit think that, but also it's not true. Excuse me. Because, sorry, I'm very, very burpy, you guys. So I personally don't think that it's true because I have grown up a lot and I know the safety precautions to do with the internet, and I know how to be safe, and I know that I'm never going to make a Patreon or going to do OnlyFans or going to do, like, there's some sort of wiki feed out there. It's disgusting. So I know that I will be safe with doing my content. But on my Instagram, however, I'm a little bit scared about that because there's a lot of like people who follow my Instagram and they're older men, and it kind of creeps me out a little bit, but also it's like I know how to be safe on all platforms of social media, so I feel like I will be fine in the long haul, but also it's like you can't know if you will ever be fine because people know how to, like, track you, and it is very scary. Oh my god, it is very scary. But back to what I was talking about kids being on social media at a very young age. For me personally, I think mothers who are doing it, they know they're doing it, and they don't care that they're exploiting their children, and that is bad parenting. That is so bad because you're exploiting your child at a young age. Your child can never be safe. Okay, your child can never be safe on the internet anymore, and every time they go out, and they're gonna get recognized in not a healthy way because you are exploiting your children at the ages that they should be making friends, having a childhood, and you're over here thinking about ways to be like, oh, how can I make funny videos that will give me tons of money and exploit my children? Let me just think of ways. Let me just make inappropriate content with my children and see how that works out. And see if that gives me 100 views. And it's sickening. It is so disgusting how these parents think and are exploiting their children. It is horrible because I wish that I honestly wish I didn't start doing social media at a I did it at like a preteen age, but I kind of wish I started when I was 18 because I feel like then I would know a lot more and prepare myself more. Not that I wasn't mature as a kid, but I just want to warn anybody else who is younger and deciding that they want to do social media, but they have to understand there's a lot of things that go into being an influencer and doing social media, and you have to be careful in a right way. Hang on, where's my remote? Let me turn my TV off. There we go. Well, now I have no light. Oh my god. Anyway. Oof. Anyway, I just want to say to anybody who is early starting social media, hang on, let me fix my lighting really quickly. Give me a minute. I should have done this before the podcast. But you know what? We make mistakes. It's okay. We make mistakes. It's fine. It's good. Okay. And we're just gonna go down the line. Alright, there we go. Now we're fixed on the lighting. So, for me personally, we are having a lot of technical difficulties today. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, yeah. So if you're a child who is wanting to do social media just for fun and your parents don't really know, well, first I would get their permission because I personally did not. This is like a bad example, but I personally did not get my mom's permission to start a YouTube channel. I kind of just did it on a whim because she disapproved before. So I was being a rebellious preteen. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do it anyway and just see what happens and just have no care about what happens. Okay, like I was stupid preteen and I want nobody to do that. Okay, do not do as I do. Okay, ask your parents and see if it's okay, because I feel like children who are inspired by YouTubers and they want to become YouTubers, I think that is very important and it's a very cool job. I love my job. I love that I get to make videos for you guys. I love that I get to do it. But I personally would ask my parents or ask a parent, and if they say no, don't do it out of rebellion. Just keep bargaining the question, you know, because if you're really passionate like I was about it, then sooner or later your parents are gonna have to budge. But I get some parents and why they wouldn't do social media like with their children or let their children do social media, because there's a lot of weird people out there. Okay, there's a lot of people out there. Sometimes I'm worried about my safety all the time. I think it made me more paranoid than I already am. Okay, because I'm a paranoid person. Okay, I am worried that one day I'm just like gonna get noticed by a older man, and it's like I don't know what I'm gonna do about it because my YouTube channel is a secret for right now. So it's like I don't know what I will do about it. But like I said, don't be afraid to come up to me and say hi and all that stuff. Like, don't be afraid to do that. I don't want you guys to be afraid to do that just because I am keeping my YouTube channel a secret and under wraps. Like, I don't want anyone to, I don't want anyone to think that. I really don't, because I really love my job and I love like making videos for you guys, even though it's not potentially a job. It's quote unquote a hobby right now, but it's going to become a job, maybe, hopefully. That's what I hope for in 2025, that I hope that my YouTube channel like skyrockets and I get to actually make money and make this a job. That'd be great. But in my heart, it's always a job. It's always a job, but according to YouTube, it's a hobby. According to everybody I've told I have a YouTube channel, it's a hobby. I personally don't see it that way, but I would get how you would see it that way. So, anyway, back to my topic, because I was getting off track, but that's what podcasts are for, so getting off track. Alright, so I know everybody wants to know how my date went. Alright, I know everybody wants to know how my date went, and if you're not subscribed already, subscribe for this juicy tea. Okay, so I made a video, it's like, get ready with me for my date. Okay, so it was like I was dressed up, I was looking cute, I was ready to go on my date, and we're gonna call him Dominic, because yeah, we're just gonna call him Dominic because I don't want to expose any confidential information. Like, yeah, so his name is, yeah, so Dominic and I were planning actually to have our first date next week at Dave & Buster's, and we were planning to make a whole day out of it. We were, here, let me sit up. So we were planning to make a whole day out of it. And then he was like, you know what? I have time in between my classes because he goes to college. So I have time in between my classes, so we can grab lunch and stuff. I'm like, okay, like, why not? And I kept trying to get out of the date, which kind of gave me a sign, you know? Like, I don't know if I was nervous, but I was like, hey, we can go on a date another day, another time, and we can do that. And he was like, no, I want to go on this date right now. So technically, our first date was yesterday, and our second date would have been last week. So it's like we would have been on 2 dates already, which is crazy to me. But obviously that didn't happen. So we go on a date, right? He picks me up where I tell him to pick me up, and we get in his car, and I don't know why, immediately I got the ick. Immediately, I got the ick by his car. I don't understand why. It was just like, he said that his car was old and a piece of shit, and it was, and it was a like Toyota, like, but it was bad. Like, it was just an old grandma car. It smelled bad. So yeah, so the car immediately gave me the ick. Like, it just gave me the ick, which usually cars do not give me the ick. Like, I love race cars and all that stuff. I'm personally kind of a car girly, not really a car girly, but I try to be. So yeah, the car gave me the ick, and I could have taken that as a red flag or a sign, but I didn't, because I wanted to know what this day would entail and be like. And you know what? He was very charming, very adorable, very cute. You know, he kept complimenting me, which was great. We had a great connection. We went to a sushi place, got food. It was really good. It's just, you know how in text the chemistry is completely different. So we had great text chemistry, but I personally, in real life, we didn't really have good chemistry. You know, it was kind of good and kind of bad. You know, it was like a first date. It was like, no, I wasn't nervous at all, which kind of, I think that's a little bit of a red flag, a little bit, if you're not nervous for a date. Well, I was a little bit, but yeah, I think and I just had a gut feeling that it wasn't right. Like, you know how your first date could be a hit or miss, and it could like be potentially, like, you could meet the person that you're spending the rest of your life with. That's like a 50-50 chance, but your first date isn't the date where you meet the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I just had a gut feeling, and your gut is never wrong. So when we got through with the date, we got back in his car, and it was just like, I knew that I wasn't gonna pursue this date, and he was like asking why I was quiet and everything, and I told him that I was tired. Well, I was, because I didn't have any coffee that day, which was a stupid idea, but I didn't have any coffee that day. So, yeah. And I know he's probably watching this. And if he is, then he will know for next time, for like that girl, that to just not, I don't know, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm just like, I'm picky. Like, I don't mean to be, I'm just picky. Like, I don't mean to be, like, he was totally my type. It's just, I don't like facial hair on dudes, and he had a little bit of a scruff, which I was okay with that, but then he had a lot, and I was like, wait, like, I don't know. So I think that was like my first red flag, a little bit, that he had facial hair. So yeah, I just personally don't like facial hair at all. Second thing, he didn't really dress up. Again, he was coming back from college, and it's a long drive, so I'm not really, and he told me, like, that he felt bad for not dressing up. I'm like, it's okay. you know, it's just, also, I feel like you should dress up for a date. Like, that's just my thing. But the one green flag that I did get from him is that he was really caring, really sweet, treated me like I wanted to be treated, like I want a guy. I'm so tired of dating boys. I want to date a man who sees me like how he saw me, kind of. He was looking at my brains first and not my body, and it actually felt nice and reassuring, and I kind of feel bad that I didn't really see a spark with him, but again, I didn't really feel it. I don't really feel it. It was a nice date and everything, but he didn't really. He checked off my boxes except for facial hair, which I don't know why I can't get past that, but I don't like facial hair. Like, it just makes me think that, like, you're not clean and you just don't care, and that's just me. That's just me. So, and he paid for our date, which was a green flag for me, because I don't know why I feel like it should be 50-50, but I feel like the man as a gentleman should pay for the first date, you know? And then whoever like decides the next date, they should pay for it. Like, that's what I feel like should happen. There should be like no splitting the bill or something, or sometimes the guy would leave in the middle of the date to just like, yeah, like my friends have told me stories that the man just left in the middle of the day, and you know, she had to pay for it, and it was very expensive. it was very expensive. So I was very thankful that didn't happen. Like, I was worried because we had like a clear shot of the. So I didn't make an outro, but hope you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe. Bye.